In the early decades of the 21st century, humanity surged into an era of explosive technological acceleration unlike anything before. Artificial intelligence evolved from a distant concept into an invisible force quietly shaping daily human life. Algorithms filtered information, approved loans, guided vehicles, and influenced opportunities without most people realizing it. But progress raced ahead of ethics, leaving society struggling to understand the systems now governing critical decisions. Hidden biases in code amplified inequality, quietly reinforcing social and economic divisions already deeply rooted. Jobs disappeared through automation, while digital systems eroded trust between citizens and the institutions meant to serve them. A digital Wild West emerged, where data manipulation and unchecked AI powers threatened the very meaning of human dignity. Amid this global upheaval, Chicago stood at the center of a growing technological and ethical storm. Known for innovation and resilience, the city's thriving tech industry became a testing ground for powerful AI systems. Automated public services began showing discriminatory patterns that disproportionately affected vulnerable communities. Sophisticated financial algorithms deepened economic disparities, widening gaps between neighborhoods across the city. Even Chicago's iconic lakefront, long a symbol of shared prosperity, reflected a silent divide between progress and well-being. Tension built gradually, fueled by countless troubling incidents, rather than a single catastrophic event. A municipal election nearly collapsed under the weight of a convincing deepfake scandal that shook public trust. Soon after, an autonomous public transit failure caused panic when an ethically flawed decision endangered passengers. These events, combined with personal stories of algorithmic injustice, ignited widespread public outrage. Citizens realized technology had advanced without a moral compass to guide its influence on human lives. Chicago stood ready for a bold new model of technological governance rooted in human centered values. Into this moment stepped Dr. Aneesh Sharma, a visionary ethicist from the University of Chicago. Her research on human AI collaboration had already earned global respect within academic and policy circles. But Sharma believed ethics must move beyond theory and become a living structure embedded in civic systems. She proposed an independent body to proactively guide AI development with human well-being at its core. Her vision resonated deeply with policymakers and everyday citizens seeking accountability in the digital age. Thus was born the Lakefront Algorithmic Ethics Guild, a first-of-its-kind institution for ethical AI governance. Its headquarters rose along Chicago's historic lakefront, intentionally visible and accessible to the public. Overlooking Lake Michigan, the building symbolized transparency, openness, and accountability to the people. This was ethics brought into daylight, not hidden within corporate labs or distant government offices. Still, the guild faced fierce opposition from powerful tech corporations wary of regulatory oversight. Some politicians hesitated, fearing restrictions on innovation and economic competitiveness, yet overwhelming public demand for accountability eventually secured the guild's legal authority. At its foundation were four principles: transparency, accountability, fairness, and human-centered design. Its landmark document, the Algorithmic Bill of Rights for Chicago, redefined citizen protections in the digital era. AI systems affecting lives now had to be explainable, auditable, and always subject to human override. The burden shifted from citizens adapting to technology to innovators justifying ethical responsibility. Early victories quickly proved the guild's necessity and restored public faith in digital governance. Housing algorithm perpetuating historical redlining was exposed and rebuilt for equitable access. A predictive policing system targeting minority communities was halted and fundamentally restructured. These tangible reforms showed ethical oversight strengthened society rather than slowing progress. The Guild's most transformative initiative became its mandatory ethical audit program. No major AI system could enter public life without rigorous, independent ethical evaluation. Experts examined code, training data, and decision logic for hidden bias or societal risk. This proactive model prevented harm before flawed systems could scale across entire populations. Equally vital was the Guild's mission to empower citizens through education and public dialogue. Workshops and forums translated complex AI systems into understandable concepts for everyday people. Communities gained the confidence to question, challenge, and engage with the technologies shaping their futures. Chicago's experiment soon drew international attention as cities sought to replicate its ethical framework. Delegations from around the world studied the Guild's success and adopted similar oversight institutions. This global ripple effect led to the formation of a unified international AI ethics council. Dr. Sharma, now called the architect of trust, remained the Guild's moral compass. She championed AI as a tool to enhance, never diminish, human freedom and dignity. As quantum AI and neural interfaces emerged, the Guild adapted to ever more complex ethical frontiers. New review boards addressed risks of cognitive privacy and machine-human integration. Throughout, the Guild defended one core belief: humans must always remain in control. Human-in-the-loop systems ensured AI remained a servant to society, not an autonomous authority. Corporate pushback never fully disappeared, but transparency and public support preserved the Guild's power. The Digital Citizens Bill of Rights later expanded these protections across international borders. Chicago became known not just for architecture and industry, but for ethical technological leadership. The Lakefront headquarters stood as a symbol of humanity choosing wisdom over reckless acceleration. By 2050, a dystopian AI future felt like a nightmare humanity had narrowly avoided. The Guild endures as a vigilant guardian, ensuring technology forever serves human values and collective well-being.